Hey everybody, the commissary conversation has moved out of the commissary and into the newsroom simply because, well, we just didn't have enough room for all the people who wanted to watch this interview. You know him as an NFL great. I know him as the 2001 Silver Pigskin winner. And Mason Kern, the sports watchdog, has agreed to come along to join the interview. Reggie, we're going to be going live in about 7 minutes on KUSI. And Reggie, you could cure cancer. And you're still always going to be referred to as the 2001 Silver Pigskin winner, as far as I'm concerned. Are you comfortable with that title?
100% comfortable with that title.
All right, 100%. Very cool. Mason, what's your first question for the man?
Yeah, I was wondering, like, what do today's up-and-coming running backs, for the draft is going on right now, so I was wondering what do they need to do in order to maintain the success that you've definitely had in the NFL today?
Wow, that's such a broad question.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I would say is to keep your circle small. Because once you get to that next level, you need to be 100% focused on football. And people can pull at you from 100 different directions: family, friends, cousins, relatives, coaches. And you just want to keep your circle small so that you can focus strictly on football. Football has to be first because that's your means of taking care of your family.
That's awesome.
Good?
Yeah.
11 years in. Want to add to that total? So what do you do now other than stay in incredible shape? Do your people make the phone calls? Do you make the phone calls? How does that work?
Well, I think it's a little bit of everything. My agent is talking to a few teams, and you just kind of wait. We wanted to wait till after the draft just to kind of see what the best options were out there. And then you kind of take it from there, and you just kind of gradually figure out as you talk to the coaches and you start to see which city fits you best, which schemes fit you best, and you make the best decision for yourself.
All right. I assume you want to stay on the West Coast, if possible?
I want to go anywhere where I can win.
All right.
That's most important.
So you're here to talk football, but you're also here to talk about, I guess what we want to talk about is the Reggie Bush Foundation, which is growing by leaps and bounds. Yeah. How proud are you of that?
I'm very excited because I remember looking back to when I first started. It just started as a kids football camp that I would do every year. And I'll never forget the very first kids football camp I ever did. We did at Qualcomm Stadium. We had 2,000 kids on this one football field. It was a nightmare. But the highlight of that kids football camp was Junior Seau showed up. And for me, that was like your childhood hero. I grew up actually going to the Junior Seau football camp. Yeah. And then for him to come back and come to my camp for free and just show up and show face that meant everything in the world to me. So
get in here, Mason. Jump in.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. How has your on-field mindset while you're playing in games affected your endeavors off the field with the Reggie Bush Foundation?
Well, I think the things that you learn on the football field or in sports is you learn discipline. You learn how to you learn character, teamwork. All those different things that go into winning a championship. Those are the same things you can apply to off the football field. And so that's some of the things I try to use, especially with our foundation. It's just, teamwork is most important, because it'd be impossible for us to make this thing run on our own. So having the right people around us to help us make this work, and then just focus and dedication and hard work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Reggie, not to blow wind up your skirt,
but he will.
But I will. What makes you kind of like Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that you're big star, and yet you're so approachable. You're so kind to people. I guess I want to pay tribute to the adults in your life because obviously that didn't happen just by you. You were brought up right. Yeah. Who's been your biggest influence about staying normal while living in the bubble?
My biggest influence, I think, is this woman right here. Is my wife.
I'm getting there.
Say hi.
I think she's been the biggest influence in my life.
Can I ask her a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How hard is it to raise a family living in the bubble of stardom?
It's definitely you have to adapt to the life.
What's the biggest challenge?
It comes with the territory, so. There's a lot of adapting you have to do.
But we have with our kids, they keep us grounded, and that's the one thing that's the biggest game change for us. I think is having kids and just your whole life changes and everything that goes into raising them the right way and everything that you do. That they watch you do everything you say. I mean, our daughter is like a parrot. She literally just repeats everything that we say. So we have to be careful with all the things that we say around her, the music that we play, the things that we allow her to watch on TV. So I think the parenthood part has definitely grounded us for sure. And has really kind of changed a lot in our life.
Are you part of the group that says yes or no to your kids playing football?
I want to know.
I've
had. You answer it. How would you answer that?
Depends which position.
Hey, there you go.
Listen, you play quarterback? Go ahead. You play running back? No.
Well, I mean, you can speak to the perils of running between tackles. It's a violent role.
It's a very violent game. It's a violent role. And it's just not that. I would not want my son to do it. I would just be very worried because I know what I've gone through on the physical level of it, and it's just tough. It's tough on your body. It's a violent sport, and golf is just such like a fun game. You don't get hurt. Nobody's trying to hit you.
Donnell Humphrey, slight in size, big in heart, is quick. Does he have what it takes? Are we time for us to go?
Yeah.
So ends the commissary conversation. We are now headed to the studio where the 2001 Silver Pix winner, who even if he cures cancer will always be referred to as the 2001 Silver Pix winner, on behalf of Mason Kern.
Thank you.
Reggie Bush is now moving to the studio. Hope you all tune in to KUSI right now because the fun has just begun.